Hello again, this is Doug the 2-Minute Gardener, and today we're going to talk about potted plants for repelling insects. Well now, it's summertime, you want to be outside in your garden enjoying your landscape, but there's a million bugs out there. You could hose it down with all kinds of insecticides, but let me suggest some plants that you can use in your garden, or you can use them in pots to help repel those mosquitoes, wasps, hornets, and other things. So here are a bunch of plants that bugs are really bugged by. So let's kind of get through and start looking at some of the different plants. And there is a list of all these plants in the video description as well. So don't feel like you have to take frantic notes during this video. So first up, I used a bunch of different plants to make some pots for a client. Here's among the ones I used: the Mexican mint marigold and English thyme, another really nice one. You'll notice that a bunch of these plants, like the spearmint, are actually good plants for cooking as well. So these plants are multi-purpose in that bugs don't like them, but you can cook with them. So again, some spearmint, some basil. The basil is so fragrant. It's just so fragrant in these pots. Lemongrass is one of these that you can use in a pot or in the landscape. It is a very good mosquito repellent plant. And of course, everyone knows about marigolds. Marigolds have a wonderful beneficial aspect to your garden. These annuals repel the bad bugs, they attract the good bugs, and they come in a wide range of colors, as you see with all these little tags. So these are all the different plants that I used when I was putting these pots together for a client. And there is the list again of all the different plants. And so when I put these plants together for these pots, I wanted to make sure to kind of also make it something that was, visually attractive. This is actually for a client who was having a party. They wanted a little bit of bug control with attractive plants. So when you plant these guys, I always started with the lemongrass because it was the biggest and showiest of all of them. But as you can see, there is a lot of circling roots. So you make sure you break up those roots when you put them in the pots. And basically, I made all these pots different. So they all have the lemongrass, but then they have different combinations of the herbs and the marigolds, as you see in here. And one of the reasons I love using lemongrass in pots is that it has that nice showy quality. Little air, it moves in the wind, it looks really nice. So this was the end result of the 8 pots that I put together for this client. It had a lot of visual appeal as well as some fragrance, and in the long term a lot of wonderful herbs to do for cooking. I also threw a little bit of the rose-scented geranium in there, and the idea is once the party was over and these herbs are kind of used themselves up, they can pull the lemongrass and the rose-scented geranium out and actually plant them in the landscape. So here they are set up around the patio, kind of placed them strategically to add some, pop and color. And I had a little bit of the marigolds left over that I plopped into the landscape itself to add little pops of color for this particular party. And once the party's done, they're going to move them to other parts of the landscape and put them on little drip emitters so that they're watered naturally. But it turned out really nice. This is kind of the finished product. And again, here's the list of all the different plants. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Make sure again to check the video description for that list of plants. And please hit the like button and hit subscribe to get more of my garden videos. Again, this is Doug the 2-Minute Gardener saying thanks so much for watching.